Sweet gamers.
My game of friends, my game of friends.
Listen to me as I eat a sandwich.
Eating a gamer sandwich.
You are eating a gamer sandwich. What's on
Yes.
your gamer sandwich? First question of the podcast.
It's just some turkey.
Just some turkey.
Yeah, just some classic turk. I'll try not to chew into the microphone. How's everyone doing?
I'll make up for you.
Thank you, Aaron.
Well, we've started off with ASMR. Let's just go into it. Welcome to the pre-stream podcast. Yay!
Yay!
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Since this is going to end up on YouTube, I'm going to say what it is. It's a Q&A session where we take questions from you, our members. If you're a member, you're listening right now. If you're not, you're hearing this way in the distant future. And we answer them. If you want to ask something to Aaron and Dan, and you're not a member yet, you can become one by joining on our channel.
Shiggity shiggity schwa.
And it looks like I'm going to have to turn on slow mode in the podcast chat because it's very fast. But
Hey, idiot, what you did today? Wow. Hey, you know what I'm talking about? The Static X song? They
No.
did like a Mario cover.
What?
I just got my Super ADH system. You did not. Yeah, I got it at Chunky's for $2.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I love it anyway.
Oh man, I gotta show you.
all right, I put a 15-second slow mode on it. All right, let's get into the first question. And this one is from Ninja Girl Emily. And
Hello,
it's,
Emily.
if you could own a pet of any mythical creature, which would it be, and what would you name them?
Oh my god. So many.
I don't know. A griffin, and I would name it Griffiths.
I'd have a unicorn named Clarence, and we would ride around. Are there Pegasus unicorns? Are there
Yeah,
flying
sure.
unicorns? Yeah, let's. I mean,
Pegacorn, I think is what it's called.
okay, cool. Yeah, one of those too, because I feel like when I'm horseback riding, my nuts take a beating, and I feel like if we're in flight, we'll probably be easier on the scrotums. Thank you for your question.
That would be easy scrotage, unless like the G-forces like slam your scrot into the. You know, they said like Kit Harington when he was doing the scenes.
Mhm.
on
Oh,
the-
yeah, and the dragon.
And his nuts got caught.
Yep.
Oh no, what happened?
His nuts got caught.
Yeah,
in what?
on the,
And-
like,
And they
green
used the
screen
footage,
bowl.
so like
Yeah.
In the
He's-
dragon
he's-
pieces?
Yeah, so he's
Yeah.
riding and he's like, "Ah!"
He's like genuinely like he looks like he's in huge pain, and it's because his nuts are getting destroyed.
Man, Game of Thrones was a good show.
If only for just that.
I miss it already.
Me too. Here's another one from Noodle with 2 zeros as the O's. Is there a particular game or kind of game that you guys are specifically avoiding playing, and why?
Oh. I guess longer games that take a long time and don't have a whole lot of notoriety. I feel like that's sort of the death of any series on our channel. Because we're getting back into doing series because people really wanted it, and we wanted to give people what they wanted, and we also enjoy doing series. We were just trying to find a balance between, doing stuff that we like and also like doing stuff that makes the channel sustainable. Because series views don't go up on series; they
Right.
only go down. So the longer a series goes, the less views the series gets. So if we do a series for a game that nobody really cares much about, and also is going to be 100 episodes, we probably won't play that one.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like saying views always sounds kind of like businessy and whatever, but the views are, people. It's the fans actually caring about what we're
Yeah.
doing. So it's not just like we're chasing after views. If we put something out there and it's getting below a certain threshold, like below 200,000, that means a huge portion of our audience is seeing it and being like, nah, not for me. So we can't do that to them and or us. You know, it's just not smart. So that's basically it. Like the things like Zelda and things that are really beloved, Mario can get away with it too. Long series are great, but with the changes in YouTube over the past couple of years, like weird long series that we would have otherwise been thrilled to play are just like, yeah, it just can't keep the lights on, man.
Yeah. It's a shame, but it's just the way it is.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, YouTube's gone through so many changes. And that's why we do the GameGrumps animateds and stuff too, to accommodate that, right?
It's nice.
To play into that question, this question from Okeden, Okeden, I think it's Okeden, I'm sorry. Do you guys get a sense of satisfaction or happiness when you see the fans thoroughly enjoying a playthrough? Or does the constant flow of work not allow for those moments?
Oh, no, definitely. It's awesome when people are into it.
Yeah, it's especially, I mean, fucking like with Sonic Boom, those are like the best.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody was loving it, and we were just like, fuck yeah. And so we were loving it. Yeah, that it means a lot to see people enjoying a series. It's the best. I don't think, I mean, the work hasn't been so bad lately. I mean, we've been doing a lot more because we're going on tour, but we did that schedule change to take work off our plates, and so far it's been pretty successful.
Yeah, that was a lifesaver.
Yeah.
If it was still 14 episodes per week, this month would have been hell on earth for us.
For sure. And yesterday we did like one of the most fun Grump sessions we've done in a long time.
It was awesome.
I was really excited for those episodes to go up.
Do you guys think, and this is a question for me following up on it, do you guys think sometimes there's a little bit of like a delayed gratification in that case? Like, you know that you did a fun Grump session, but no one's going to be able to react to it until it's up on the channel. Is there kind of like, do you almost forget sometimes about like a fun thing you did and then come back to get to relive it later? Like when you, kind of like when you order something on Amazon in the middle of the night and then you wake up and it's there on your doorstep almost.
What did I order?
Yeah, what did I get?
You know, you forget the details. Like I'll remember like when the series goes up, I'm like, I remember that was a great time, but I won't remember what we said or anything like that.
Yeah, and that's funny you say that because you're much better than I am about that too, about remembering those details. For me, I'm just like, yeah, it'll go up and I'll be like, oh yeah, wasn't that a good one? And then you're like, oh, that was the one that had the thing, and I'm like, oh what? And then I look at it and I'm like, wow, that was really funny. Susie wanted to film me last night because I was watching GameGrumps. She wanted to film me and just post it online and be like, he does, like they really like the show. He watches it and laughs.
It's important because if we didn't, that would be a bad sign.
Yeah.
You know, if there were a sustained period of like, nah, I don't feel like checking in on that would be a sign that something's not right.
Yeah,
but it's never really happened.
Especially the Power Hour. Sometimes we'll gather around the TV and like everyone in the office will come and watch the new Power Hour.
Yeah, those are wonderful.
That happens sometimes.
Yeah, it's always fun to do that.
Yeah, and because a lot of the magic of that show is the editing too. So it's stuff that it's fun to, like, we know we handed in some good footage, but then when we get it back from Tucker or Matt or Ryan when they were doing it, like, it's just a completely different thing. It's awesome.
Yeah, seeing it from the perspective of the camera and the editing is always different from, obviously, you guys sitting in the chairs. Oops, the TV just turned off. But it's obviously different from that. But also, like, and I think this goes for episodes too. Do you guys often become surprised by the things that people find the funniest, or catch up like a catchphraseable or like memeable in moments, or do you kind of have a sense like, oh shit, that's gonna fucking rip on the old internet?
I don't know if it's surprising, but it's always, I do find that the stuff that I connect to and think is the funniest is never the stuff that the audience thinks is the funniest. Like in the I was talking to you about this. In the latest Power Hour, my favorite joke in that whole thing is when Dan goes, "What are we doing today?" And I'm like, it fucking kills me. Like nobody cares. Like, I don't think anybody laughed at that bit. I don't know. It tickled me.
Yeah, for me the surprise is usually to do with the game, because like for me, I mean, the lovelies certainly know this, like I played a ton of video games as a kid, and then there was like a solid 20-year gap where I didn't get to play many. So a lot of times we'll be playing a big game that I'm basically the last guy in the world to see, and people will be stoked on seeing my reaction to some big twist that it's like, wow, we found the last man on Earth who lived on a desert island and didn't know Sheik was Zelda, you know, like that kind of shit. So that's surprising to me, because
There's one coming up that I'm really excited about.
oh geez, I don't even know about it.
Exactly.
Oh, super.
And you're playing right into it
No.
too.
Oh god, I hate it. But yeah, apart from that, like it's good, and I don't ever look ahead or look up for spoilers, and I actually stopped checking comments. One of the reasons for that was just that sometimes people would just say, I can't wait until Dan sees this, and I'm like, oh man, now I know about it, you know. So it's just like I know I'm gonna create a better show for people to enjoy if I don't check that stuff out.
You're just the wayward soul.
Yeah.
Discovering these games.
I think that Zelda I think it's gonna be big.
I think that's Zelda. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these games are gonna blow up one day.
That seems like a pretty legendary game. How are more people not talking about this?
I'm gonna do one last one. What are from Stalex or Stalex? What are some of the ritualistic things you might do before going into a long grump session?
Delay it for 4 hours.
I wanted to say it. I didn't want to call you guys out, but I'm like, yeah, I've seen them. They procrastinate so hard.
Yeah. We'll always be like, we're starting at noon today, right? Yeah. And then we won't start recording until 6.
Yep.
Just because there's so much other shit to do, and I don't know, we just get distracted, and yeah.
Yeah, I guess just like we know that once we start, it's such a drag to like stop the momentum. So just the knowledge that we're going to be in there, and also like sometimes it's better to wait until a lot of the office is cleared out, you know, and then it's just us again, you know, and like less distractions and stuff. But I mean, I always do vocal warm-ups too. That's like a crucial part, because if I don't take care of my voice, then it causes all kinds of problems for Grumps and NSP and everything, let alone in my day-to-day life. So yeah, that's a big important thing. Stacy, you're an asshole.
You know, it's funny. The whole chat is just spamming Stacy
Are they
before
really?
you even. They know.
That is the best.
Bap.
Stupid.
What part?
What is the one you say? Was it watermelon something?
Watermelon?
What?
Is that not a vocal warm up? Maybe I watched too much Glee. I don't even know if they did that in Glee though. They didn't. I love that you know.
Yeah.
Rubber baby buggy.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. Unique New York. The arsonist had oddly shaped feet. Sorry.
The quick brown fox jumped over the yellow dog.
Lazy
dog. The yellow
Quick
dog.
brown fox. That's not a vocal
No,
warm-up.
no.
That's
It's just a way to get all the alphabet in one sentence.
Have you ever seen the Anchorman takeouts where it's Ron Burgundy doing various vocal warm-ups off the top of his head, and Christina Applegate is fucking losing it next to him? He like I can't even do it, but he screams like, "They're coming! Hide the children!" It's so funny.
I don't understand the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog, because like, why don't you just write the alphabet out?
It's
so much easier to see all the fucking letters when they're in order.
You're not wrong, but it's also like a font thing, so you have to understand how like a whole word looks with capitals and lowercase and commas, and I guess there's no comma in
But
that.
then you'll only see the capital T.
T.
This is, I don't know.
You know
it
what?
seems like it's a waste of space. Just fucking
That's
write the
fair.
alphabet out. And then write it out in uppercase letters.
If somebody that's like really good at graphic design and typefaces will come at you and just be like, actually, this
well, I
shit
mean, I'm sure
is
there's
so
some
important.
reason for it, but like,
I think it's just only to show like a whole word instead of like gibberish. Because you know how when you look at words for too long, they turn to gibberish, or vice versa, I guess.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is weird.
It's true, yeah.
That is a weird
They
feeling.
cease having meaning and you think you've misspelled them.
curtain.
Yeah.
Say curtain over and over again, and you'll lose the meaning. Curtain.
Yup.
Whenever I see the word look, I'm like, that can't be how it's spelled. And it's like the most simple thing, but I'm like, 2 O's? Come on.
I remember when I was like 13, the word of for like a week, I couldn't. I was like, was it UV? How do you spell of?
Oh.
Really?
I don't get it.
That's amazing. Well, there is a history there.
What?
The
O-I. E-W-E. Wait, no. Oh, I'm embarrassed.
That was so funny.
Classic.
Yeah, and I knew exactly where you were going and what your brain did and everything, because I mean mine does it too. But
Yeah.
like, my God,
Wait, oh.
it's just so unfortunate what happens as you're being recorded.
Oh, yeah. I mean, come on.
But we couldn't take it out.
I was fighting a boss and trying to spell.
Yeah, you're fighting a
So-
blight.
Try to make a spelling bee where you're fighting water blight Ganon and
Mhm.
see how well you fucking spell ichthyosis
Or I. One of those two.
or
The one
I.
that's got 3 letters versus the one that's got like 8. Oh, that'll crunchies. Okay, exit question, since we need to start streaming. Wiggy Wigs asks, if you could give your butt a name, what would you name your butt?
Thelma and Louise. Do I get
One
to
for
name
each
each cheek?
cheek?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think that would be it.
The factory.
Well,
The Castle of Cross Destinies.
I'd call it the Bear Factory.
The Bear
For
Factory. Yeah.
The bear, yeah, 'cause out of respect for making bears.
Bear machine.
Yeah. Allie has taken the time out of her busy schedule to select us some wonderful questions, and we're going to answer them for you.
Yes. If you're listening to this on YouTube long after it's been recorded and you want to ask a question, you can do that by becoming a member of the channel by clicking join on our page. If you're listening to this live in Discord, hello.
Hey, Discord. How you doing, girls and boys?
Hello.
What?
Aaron finally
Yeah.
got like
What do you want from me? God.
You want-
I can
you
only
answered-
entertain for so much.
how many dollar?
50.
Bitty dollar. Yeah, let's get into it. Let's get some questions. Let's start with the heavy hitter. Blake asks, what are some problems you guys had to face with dealing with YouTube's algorithms? And what have you done to deal with it? I think we know a lot of the answer to this question, but
Well, it's cool because we actually determine the algorithm. That's up to us.
What were you gonna say something?
And I was just gonna say we get this question a lot, and like it's a tough one to answer because we don't really know what it is. Like I think we said this in the last Discord chat, but it's not as if YouTube tells anyone really, any creator that we're aware of, what the algorithm is. They just kind of change it in private based on whatever they're doing internally, and then we sort of have to figure it out based on trends we see in views and things like that. But we actually don't know when they change it or what they change it to. It's kind of a roll of the dice.
Everything that you have never liked that we've changed, it was because of the algorithm.
Yeah, totally. Totally.
Thumbnails, naming conventions,
Types of things we play.
release schedules.
Yep.
It's all because of the algorithm.
Yeah, it's just trying to stay afloat in waters that change with the weather, you
It's
know?
like what small changes can we do that don't change the show at all?
that will help our standing in the algorithm a little better. And it's usually stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's like marginal changes.
Yeah. The algorithm, you know, it becomes this phrase that people hear, and but the algorithm, you can basically equate that phrase to way to survive, you know, or way to make a living, or continue to make a living. So it's something that, like, we don't really know about or really understand fully, but we're just kind of doing our best, as are all YouTube creators.
Yeah, I feel like the only way to handle it, and how you guys have handled it and how everyone handles it, is to throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah.
And then it's just a process of, like, did it work? Yes or no? And then trying something else again, over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's just the nature of the platform. And I mean, in the 6 years since you and I have been doing this, the type of video that YouTube favors and lets kind of like lead the charge of what YouTube is, that's changed like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I remember the good old days when you can make a 45-second viral cartoon and pay off a car. But those days are gone now.
Yeah, long gone.
Yep. To lead kind of after that, this person, Mushroom, asks, do you guys think it's a good or bad idea right now to become a YouTube gamer, given the current state of YouTube with demonetization, etc.? I wonder if gamer is specifically it, or even just a creator in general on YouTube. Maybe?
Well, I feel like
they asked specifically about being a YouTube gamer.
Right. That's a loaded question, though, because it's what you're asking is if it's financially viable.
Yeah.
Not whether or not you should do it. If you want to do it, you should do it and have a good time and have fun and build an audience if that's what you want to do. But yeah, I feel like it's a little more difficult for smaller channels right now than it used to be to grow. But if it's what you really want to do, then fucking go for it, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, do anything. Don't do anything that you don't love, because if you don't love doing it, you won't have the energy and drive to do it all the time, every day, nonstop for years, you know, which is what you have to do to get anything going, really. Yeah, I think that's a good way to say it. Do it because you want to do it. And I mean, even before I ever joined GameGrumps, when I was still working at Maker, I would hear them have like internal conversations, and they would say things like, YouTube is not a way to make money. YouTube is an advertising platform that you then use to drive an audience to something else, which allows you to sustain yourself economically, you know? And that's what a lot of people do through merchandise and a million other projects and stuff. But it's still, I don't know a better alternative, you know, to building an audience and putting yourself out there and getting stuff done. And it's really fun. It's never stopped being fun. I mean, you'll get burnt out probably, but who cares? You can get burnt out working anywhere. So yeah, do it because you love it.
And following up on that, Baka Coconut asks, what are some of the unexpected skills you've had to learn as part of not only being entertainers, but businessmen also?
Boy, what skills have we learned? I guess it's so tough, because like so much of it is what not to say in addition of what to say, you know. Like you'll when you become introduced to an audience that's so big and so diverse, you learn what makes people tick in general on a level that you could have never imagined before, you know. Before that, there's probably about 100 people in your life who, you know, maybe one person likes this one thing or gets upset by this other thing or is into this type of movie or whatever. But when you start getting exposed to the opinions and feelings and likes and dislikes of millions of people, then it really like it changes how you see the world, really.
What was the question specifically as a creator and business person?
Yeah, what are the unexpected skills you learned as part of being entertainers and businessmen?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't answer that right. But basically just learning how to deal with 100 different types of people that I never would have encountered in my normal life.
Empathy,
Yeah.
I guess. I as an independent creator, I was probably a little more selfish, and then building a team, I had to be a lot more empathetic and understanding. So that probably.
That's good. That's a good skill. I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like there's like the part of like lots of people having their eyes on you that can go either way. Like it's a turning point. You can either like be freaked out and horrified by it, or you can like become empathetic and
Yeah,
like-
what it's so easy to be that person, right? Like that piece of talent that's like, well, I'm the talent, so what I say goes, you know, like it's so easy to be that.
Mhm.
And it, you know, whether or not that's the way that art gets made the right way or not is open for debate.
Mhm.
I just feel like business is people, and if you want to work with people, they work better when they're happy and feel like they're understood and appreciated.
Mhm.
I should have just said that. I said like, I basically said the same thing in 8,000 words, and you just said empathy, and I was like, fuck.
That's fine though. That's, you gotta work through to find what the big word means.
Truth.
Every word is one word, but has a definition that's many words. I don't know if that made any
Wow, Alec.
sense. I don't know if that made any sense. Let's do this one from Kyle. If you guys could make one dream video game, regardless of budget or workload, what would it be?
I always wanted to make like an open world game where you can play with other people. It's basically inspired by GTA 4 Online, because when GTA 4 Online, it's like there's no mission or anything. You just open it up and you just start blowing up cars.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make that, but like have a million different things that you could do that aren't mission based at all. You just sort of like stumble upon things, and then you're like, oh, I guess I'll get involved in this, and then you get involved in it. Like I envisioned like you just walking around in the city, and then like this fucking bulldozer just like busts through a building, and then it's like, what the fuck is this? And you could like chase it and find out where it's going, or you just kind of leave it be, or like just like all kinds of events and stuff, and you can just dick around.
I like that. What
Because
about
that
you,
requires
Dan?
a lot of resources.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to do like an RPG, a huge world RPG, kind of like the Bethesda games, like Elder Scrolls stuff, but also like one that has like a lot of comedy elements, like Space Quest, like that kind of comedy infused into it. I can't imagine any lifetime where I would have enough time and energy to make something like that happen, but that would be, I would love to at least play that game. So I guess that's what you'd want to create, the thing that you'd want to play the most.
Yeah, that's true. That's probably like the ideal game is the one that you want to sink 10 million hours into.
Dang right.
God damn right.
Language.
I think this will be our final question
Ooh.
from Beth Wisher 95. Is it supposed to be best but Beth? That makes sense. Beth Wisher 95 asks, if you were a boat, what kind of boat would you be?
It'd be a damn dinghy.
Yeah.
Dinghy is a good name.
Class 3 skimmer. I don't know. I don't know boat names. Hold on. Let me look up.
Battleship.
There's
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
In that case, if we're
boat.
talking battleship, I'd be a destroyer because they're tiny and they're hard to hit.
It'd be like this little dinghy.
a little inflatable raft.
One-seater inflatable where you got to use a fucking paddle.
D.
that.
How do you spell dinghy? For like a boat.
D-I-N-G-Y.
There's an H in there. I think there's
I
an H.
thought there was an H. Yeah, D-I-N-G-H-Y.
Really? No.
Yeah.
Everybody in the chat is trying to figure it out.
Dinghy.
Ding, ding, dingy.
Oh, there is an H in it. D-I-N-G-H-Y.
Yep. There it
The
is.
term is a loan word from the Bengali word dingy.
Huh.
Whoa.
Yeah. Now we laughed
We learned.
and we also learned.
All right. Well, we're going to get ready to get into that stream. Thank you all for joining us. There's dozens upon dozens of you. I can't count how many people are here. We'll see you in the stream. And Chris, you ready to get us ready for that stream? Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Shiggity shiggity schwa.
Did you rejoin the chat?
Welcome everybody.
Hello. Thank you, Allie.
No, but I don't think they can hear us because we're not in the call.
Oh,
Now we are.
we are in the call, baby.
Hello.
Hello, chat.
How's it going, chat?
Hello, chat. Chat.
Gamers.
Chats and
well,
Stacy's.
Welcome to our little. You're all chats in there. Welcome to our little podcast. We have assembled some of your questions, and we will be answering them for you. We'll answer for you. If you want, you can join in too. I don't know the lyrics.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you can join if you become a member on our channel and you're listening to if you're listening to this right now, you're already a member. If you're listening to it right now and you're listening to it on YouTube, you can become a member.
I think I'll probably record like an actual spiel
That would be good.
to put in front of the
Yeah.
so that the people here don't have to listen to it every time.
Yeah, we should probably do that.
Anyway, how's everyone doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, I was talking to the Discord.
I'm embarrassed.
They say they're great.
No, that's good.
Super.
What are the questions we got?
We got some, today's theme is dairy.
Dairy.
Today's theme is dairy?
Yeah, I decided to
Wait,
group a lot of
what?
questions we get are like, like all related to the same subject. So today we're talking about dairy.
Didn't even know we had themes.
There's just a lot of questions about dairy.
Yeah.
Grace cheese.
Sweet.
The first question is from Teresa, and they work on a friend's dairy farm early in the mornings.
Fairy
and,
darm.
A fairy darm. And there's a new calf that they don't have a name for yet.
Aw.
What should they name?
Sprunkus.
Yeah, Sprunkus. That's what I was going to say too.
Sprunkus. Come here, Sprunkus.
Sprunkus the cow.
Sprunkus shit in the yard again.
Is it Sprunkus with an O or a U?
You.
With an
Sprunkus.
umlaut.
Yes.
It's actually
Sprunkus.
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 I love it.
But Sprunkus is the English pronunciation.
Yeah.
That they
If
can
you
go
don't
by
wanna
that.
be,
I love it. The second dairy-related question we have is from Sure Pickle. They say milk is a solid because no other liquid known to man becomes lumpy when it expires. How does this knowledge make you feel?
That doesn't make any sense.
I do want to contest the scientific validity of this.
Please-
And it's
please
said
say
with
that again.
such sureness. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Every liquid acts differently, or else they'd all be the same thing.
Let me repeat it for Dan. Milk is a solid because no other liquid known to man becomes lumpy when it expires. How does this knowledge make you feel?
It's not knowledge. It's a falsehood.
I know. Well,
Yeah.
I just feel like if it's lots of solids or liquids known to man turn to solids over time and with certain chemical reactions, such as fermentation, which is what happens
Yeah.
to my mic is falling now.
So because it turns into a solid, it's not a solid in its liquid state.
Yeah, is water a solid because it could be ice?
That's just wrong. What's his name?
Let's not call it that.
Where does he live?
My name, Sure Pickle.
Yeah, if you asked how that makes us feel, apparently the answer is angry.
Our third
But
milk.
thank you for your question.
Our third milk-related question is from Juan Does Not Simply.
Did you
And-
come up with this theme?
No, I'm like starting to categorize these questions. So these are like first
so
time.
we got a lot of dairy-related
Yes, we
questions.
just got a lot
I
of
see.
dairy-related questions.
see.
I'm gonna try to theme like our little sessions around, because there's a lot of follow-up questions that are people's questions. So we're going for milk first
Okay, you
because
got it.
it's the most bizarre one.
It's beautiful.
Okay.
This one's from Juan Does Not Simply, and they ask: is milk in cereal a broth, a sauce, or a beverage?
Jesus
Milk
Christ.
in cereal?
In
Well, when the
cereal.
cereal's in it, it's a broth.
You agree, Andres?
that one's a thinker.
Oh, that one is a thinker.
But is a broth specifically something that has to be like reduced? What's the definition of broth? Let me look that up.
I feel like a broth.
A lot of hard-hitting questions.
Sauces are also reduced. Broth.
Yeah, because it has to be simmered.
Broth is mostly water, and sauce is mostly fat, sugar, or protein.
Andres has looked it up.
Oh boy,
here you
here
go,
it is.
Andres.
According to Google.com, broth is defined as a soup consisting of meat or vegetable chunks and often rice cooked in stock.
I don't think we can.
Oh,
I didn't hear-
whoa, hold on. In microbiology,
Oh boy.
a broth is a liquid medium containing proteins and other nutrients for the culture of bacteria,
This is unbelievable.
which that sounds like it fits milk. Shut the fuck up, Siri. What the hell is wrong with you?
But would you say though that it goes through a transitional phase where when you empty it of cereal, milk becomes a beverage in the cereal bowl
Well, yeah,
once
by
again?
its very definition, it's
I think broths can
it's a
also be a
drinkable liquid. When it's gone and you're drinking it.
Broth is drinkable.
Well, yeah, broth is drinkable, but broth specifically, as by definition, is meat or vegetable chunks.
And we are just all very certain it's not a sauce. Because I feel like a sauce is.
I feel like I don't know anything anymore. Like I feel like I know less than I did when this podcast
Not
started.
a sauce. A sauce like goes on top. A sauce gets. Yeah, it's not a sauce.
Sauce is what I give people when they're giving me back chat.
Like okay, imagine this. Imagine you get like some chicken nuggets, right?
Okay.
And then you get so much sweet and sour sauce that the nuggets are swimming in it, right? Would you still call it sauce? You'd be like, oh, it's more of like a soup.
I want chicken nuggets.
Well,
Yeah,
apparently, based on a UK study, they lower your life expectancy.
I had minimum 20 chicken nuggets over the weekend.
Hell yeah.
So my life is 20 chicken nuggets length shorter.
That's a true gamer moment.
Yeah, I feel like sauces can become soups or beverages depending on how disgusting you as an individual are.
I think it's just fucking milk and cereal.
Hey man, I'm giving this person their due diligence of their question.
That's good. Thank you for the question.
Hey, thank you
At least
for the
it's
question.
not the fucking the milk is a solid question. Objectively wrong.
This next question is not related to dairy.
Okay.
It is related to.
Wait, why?
Well, I ran out of dairy questions. So
But it's dairy day.
so we're going it more into
We're going in deep.
the existential thought of it all.
Yeah.
Miss Hooligan asks, do you ever get criticized for being older and acting silly and goofy and childish by other adults outside of your circle?
Not until now. No, I'm just kidding.
Feels like a weird segue to ask that after we just did a bunch of bits about milk, but
Yeah, I don't know. Like, not really, right?
Yeah, well, I usually act more normal around normal people. So,
What the hell's that supposed to mean?
well, y'all aren't normies. You're fucking cool cats. You're gamers.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if anything, like my friends admire the fact that we have fun and goof around and
That's true.
yeah, because it's so easy to, as you get older and your life gets more tied down to like steady jobs and taxes and housing payments and kids and all those things. It's easy to like lose your sense of humor, and you see people do it a lot, especially on the streets of Los Angeles, in their
Yeah.
cars, and it's just like, man, you can't lose that, or else life's not nearly as much fun.
Plus, I feel like times have been changing a little bit. Like, I can't remember the last time somebody said, like, get a real job. Nowadays, it's just kind of like, wow, you built something like that? That's awesome. Wow,
Yeah.
good for you. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, cool.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, I guess you get to a point, like, I feel when I was in my early 20s, there were people telling me, you should grow up, you should do something. But now that I'm 40, I think people recognize that if you tell a 40-year-old to like grow up and get a real job, they'll be like, fuck you, dude. Like, who the fuck are you? I'm a grown-ass man.
Whenever I hear grow up, I just think of that video of the guy who's it's just, how does it start? Her sister was a princess.
Alex Jones.
Grow up, dog. Grow up.
That's like my favorite video.
It's
the way
so
he just
funny.
like starts slapping his hands and his hair
With his
poof,
hair
like
fucking-
flips. Oh my god!
know
I'll
who
find
this
that.
is.
It's some like these two guys arguing over a game of headbands. Like
It's the Wicked Witch of the East, bro.
the
I have
Wicked
it.
Witch of the East, bro.
I'm gonna link it for you, podcast chat, and I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
show it to you, Dan.
Thank
Give
you.
us 26 seconds.
So good.
Here you go.
Just
Dan.
two random dudes arguing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
they were playing like a trivia game. Just the part where he's like, "Grow up."
It's such a good mix of like serious, but you could also tell he's kind of laughing at the same
He's
time.
also fully wrong.
Yeah,
She's
oh, yeah.
not a princess.
Totally. It's the best.
I play Uno with that same amount of intensity.
Yeah, it's very serious.
Fantastic.
Epic gamer moment.
And she came down in a bubble,
Bubble.
dog.
It's extremely good.
What's the name of that video?
I just searched for Wicked Witch of the East, bro, and it's the
Yes.
first thing that shows up.
Fantastic.
Her sister was a witch. You can look that up.
Yeah.
Just any quote from the
Yeah, any quote
video.
from that moment.
That's
yeah.
great.
So back to slightly dairy related.
Oh.
Mm.
Madison asks, if you were a muffin, what flavor would you be?
Buttered. I'd be a butter muffin.
Damn, I didn't even know that existed.
Delicious butter muffin for y'all.
Is that really a thing? Like,
I don't know.
Like
it just sounded good. I like
Yeah,
that.
but- yeah,
I like the assonance of the repeated vowel sound.
muffins usually have more oil than butter in them, I think.
Hmm.
Like,
Oh shit!
Guess
You
I'd
just
be
got
an,
fucking told.
I mean, I could be completely fucking wrong.
Guess I'd be an oily muffin.
Allie watches those fucking Bon Appetit
I
videos
do
like
watch the
every
Bon
day.
Appetit
Yeah.
videos.
I'd probably be one of those like cinnamon coffee muffins.
Oh,
You know, it's
yeah.
got the crumblies on the top.
Ooh,
Hell
nice.
yes.
that is nice.
That's fucking a dessert item.
I heckin' love it.
What were the muffins? Geez, I don't even know if it's a thing or just like a regular thing or something I had once at a specialty shop. But like they're muffins and they've got little cylindrical. I guess they're little clusters of like honeyed sugar on top.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's what you're talking. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
they're like streusel.
yeah.
Streusel?
Because what you were
coffee
saying jogged
muffins.
my memory. That shit is delicious.
Yeah, those are the best.
Oof, goodness gracious.
Slightly related also. What is your guys' favorite drink? Asks Osha Franklin.
Favorite drink?
I like a good chamomile tea.
Oh,
Easy on the throat, no caffeine, so it's nice and easy on the body. Chills me out.
how does your fucking microphone keep? The dead cat keeps coming off. You gotta put.
Is this weird? Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at
You got a
that.
wiggly cat.
Dan is
Does
wiggling
that sound?
his.
Does that sound weird, everybody?
You might be a
That's
little
what
quiet.
a dead cat is what you call the thing that goes over the microphone.
Yeah.
Just
Hold
so
on,
everyone knows, since everyone's worried.
There we go. How's that?
A
Better.
little bit. Oh, it's because it's like taut. It's fine.
Okay.
As long as people can hear you, it's fine.
Great.
Favorite drink?
Mhm.
Oh, nothing hits the spot like a perfectly timed like chocolate milk. When you're like really in the mood.
Mhm.
I don't have it often, but when I do,
You know what I used to do that every New Year's Eve? Did I ever tell you about the Yoo-Hoo chug?
no.
Oh, every New Year's Eve in my 20s, my friends and I would get together, and at midnight, well, at 11:50, we would start smoking a blunt, and we'd smoke it to the head until we were just destroyed, and then right at midnight, we'd all chug a Yoo-Hoo, and it was incredible.
Well, you know, Yoo-Hoo, not a dairy product.
Yeah, there's nothing natural about it. No,
It's a chocolate flavored beverage.
yeah, I don't want to know what's in it, but some combination of the you and the who You could feel it spreading across your body, and it was
Yoo-hoo is
so good.
actually the like periodic table. It's like the chemistry. It's you-hoo.
Mhm.
And it's like
What
it's
elements?
like,
Uranium?
yeah, like
Yeah.
YOOHOO.
Oh no.
That's the actual chemical compound.
delicious.
Looks like it's about time for stream.
Do you want to do one more?
So here's the final question.
Okay, cool.
If you had to choose a favorite toe, and this is from Nuclear Kitties, if you had to choose a favorite toe, which would you pick?
That toe, though.
The index toe. It's the most satisfying toe to like grab.
Is it the big one or the one next to the big
It's
one?
the one next to the big
so
one.
the one that's sometimes slightly
Because
larger.
the big toe is like the
toe.
thumb.
Yeah.
And then the index toe is the second one. Because when you grab it, it feels really good. But if you grab all the other ones, it doesn't feel as good.
That's so strange.
You know what I mean?
I don't, but I'm trying it right now, and I kind of do know what you mean now. I'm gonna say my big toe is my favorite because my index toe is like almost as long as my big toe, but my big toe had the courtesy of being slightly bigger because, man, if you accidentally kicked your foot into something and your index toe hit that thing first, that shit would suck.
Yeah.
So
That's not great.
I'm very grateful for my big toe
Cha.
for keeping its bigness.
Protecting the other toes.
Exactly. Doing its job.
That's a good
So
reason.
Yeah.
I think it's time for us to start the stream.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Thank you all for
Gamers.
listening.
Thanks,
Thank you guys. Thank you for your dairy related questions. Sorry, Mr. Pickles, man, if we went a little hard at you. We get like weirdly defensive about food.
Yeah, you're gonna look at me and tell me that I'm wrong? Am I wrong?
She was in a bubble, dog. Oh, it's so
Aaron
good.
just opened a burrito, as you said.
Yeah.
We get really particular about food and just started eating
That was
it.
amazing timing.
Thank you all for listening. We will see you next time and on the stream in 3 seconds.
Goodbye.
Farewell.
do you
Today's
got?
theme is just animals. Starting really broad. Starting really wide.
That's gonna be. I have a feeling I know where this is gonna go, but go ahead.
Wait, do you want to predict it? Go ahead. What do you think?
I'm assuming there's gonna be a lot of furry related questions.
Surprisingly, no.
Oh, okay.
Though there were a lot of them, and I have only gathered a small handful, so maybe we could do multiple. Let's start with local GLW's question, and that is, what would be your dream pet?
Dream pet?
Yeah, dream pet.
Oh, like anything in the world?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, a ferret. A little weasel. Little white weasel.
I'm into that.
Yeah. But like a cat-sized weasel. Like it's kind of big and it could crawl up my body.
Cat-sized weasel.
Yeah.
Crawling up
scary.
the body. Noted. I was at the zoo 2 days ago,
You were.
and they had a Komodo dragon there, and I thought it was amazing looking. They're vicious, and their bites are poisonous because they have so much carrion bacteria in their teeth. Yeah. Apart from that, though, real snuggly. I really thought it was cool. It wouldn't be a good cuddle pet, but like if I were like an emperor, like those super rich guys like in the United Arab Emirates
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
who will laser their name into the earth so you can see it from space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of space there
Yeah.
to do stuff like that.
So if I was rich like that, I would have a Komodo dragon in my Xanadu-esque garden.
Garden of
Hell
Eden
yeah.
in the desert.
Yeah.
I want to answer it just because I saw a video recently of a mongoose attacking a lion, and I think a mongoose would be my choice of pet because those creatures,
They don't give a fuck.
they could fight anything.
They don't
They
give
don't
a fuck.
care. Yeah, they do not care.
Did it beat the lion?
It was like it was a younger lion, and the lion was like just kind of astounded by the fact that this happening because this tiny like rat-like, cat-like, kind of weasel-like creature was just like
Yeah.
screaming.
Yeah, I think
at
it's just
it.
one of those things where they're just like, I just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not
Yeah.
that he
Yeah.
won, but he
Mhm.
like won a war of attrition. Of,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm out of here. I don't. This sucks.
Yeah.
I know plenty of people like that.
Our next question is from Anner, and they ask, do you think an anteater's purpose is to just eat ants? And also, did you know that those dudes have 3 to 4 inch claws and they could heck you right up? Am I censoring things now?
Well, no, you don't have to.
Nah,
Okay,
fuck
they
it.
can fuck you right up.
But tone it down a little bit.
Right up.
Well, I mean, I feel like you just contradicted yourself in that question by asking,
Yeah.
do they only eat ants? And also they have 4-inch claws that they use to heck things up. So
Are they for digging or are they for hecking up?
yeah, I think that aren't they?
I'm gonna Google this.
It's
now.
got to be
This is an
self-defense, right?
It's how they get their ants.
Yeah, because they have the long like hook fingers, right, so that they can get in there. Yeah, that's got to be it. You're right.
Jory, honey, we're streaming right now. Sorry, we need quiet.
I love how today is like the day everyone decided to get a little rowdy.
Sorry.
Next question.
It's nothing I hate more in this world than hecking on Jory.
Hecking on Jory.
He's an
I like
angel.
that we're just like doing it for the bit now. They're just like hecking is kind of a funny word.
Well, yeah. Well, it helps.
Kind of means anything.
Helps a little bit.
Yeah.
Helps to swear less.
Mm-hmm.
It always helps to swear less, but we can swear.
Bunny Dealer asks, what's your best animal story? And then they say, like a time where you've been hurt by an animal, met a stray, etc. Stuff like that.
Oh man. A horse stepped on my foot once.
Did that hurt? I mean,
Yeah,
I
of course it hurt. It
like,
sucked.
Is it worse than like getting run over by a car?
It's the heckin'
Tire
worst.
on your toe?
There was the I would probably say it's worse because it's like hard.
Yeah.
But we were in Nara and there's the deer there that bow. They're very polite and they ask for the crackers.
I love them.
And you can feed them crackers. There's cracker salesmen everywhere. But there was one male deer, which I guess is a buck, that was like just a real asshole and just was like headbutting us.
Was it because he was horny or what?
I think I don't know, maybe. I mean, I never thought about it. I just thought it was a jerk. But it was like really getting all up on us and like grabbing our shirts and stuff, and we were like, stop. And then we ended up not giving it biscuits, which probably made it more mad.
Yeah.
So there you go, there's my story.
I wrestled an alligator.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
I guess
about
this was a well-known story back in the day, but I guess
Mhm.
newer viewers don't know about it.
Mm-hmm.
I was very high, and I was in Florida, and we were at a gator farm, and the guy, the owner, who I'm sure has had many lawsuits as a result since then, was like, "Who here wants to wrestle a gator?" And my friend Brett volunteered me. He was like, "Hey, yo, this guy does, hell yeah!" And I was so high, and all the faces of the people excitedly turned to me like like they were so into it, and I just didn't want to disappoint them. Like if I had been sober, I would have gladly disappointed them. I was like, no, I'm not fucking wrestling an alligator. And but I did. And there is a picture floating around still of young short-haired goateed me from college. Luckily it was a small alligator. It was only 6 feet long. It was a juvenile, and it was a bad
still
idea.
Too big.
Yeah, it was, of course it was
That's
too big.
Still way too big,
was an
in my
alligator.
opinion.
If the 6 inches was too big, man, like those things bite.
Mm-hmm.
But
Chompers.
once you close the jaws, their jaws are extremely powerful
Yeah.
shutting, but
Mm-hmm.
no strength opening.
Mm-hmm.
So like once you've closed that, you're pretty much okay.
Oh, there it is. There's the picture.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep, not my best move. Not my best move.
Yeah.
Man, you found that fast.
The stream or the podcasty friends already posted it immediately into the chat.
Yeah, you can kind of see the look on my face. Like maybe you should take this picture quickly before this alligator up and kills me.
You're like white knuckled. Like you can just see.
Like how? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hurt it, but I was like, if someone is going to get hurt,
Hopefully
it's going to
not
be you and
Yeah.
not me.
Oh my. Well, are you friends with the person who volunteered you still?
Brett, I haven't talked to him in many years,
Is
but
that the spinal straw? It's like your friend volunteered.
he's
you.
a doctor now, I think. Yeah,
That was it. Very
Well,
yeah,
not do harm
king of
or
good
whatever.
decisions.
yeah, it's fine.
I like
fun.
that.
I
I
used,
can't
to,
believe I hadn't heard that story. Wow.
I used to catch gators, baby gators, and put them in the pond in rich people's neighborhoods.
I remember you
I
telling us
think,
the
I
story.
talked about that on here.
Wow,
Yeah, that's an awesome story.
that is some
How-
Florida
It's
rapscallion.
very Florida.
Yeah, how often do you think like you look at the news and they'd be like captured another gator from this gated community, and you were like, that was me.
Well, I was young, so I wasn't like connected to the news or anything. It was just kind of like we did it, and then that was it. So
The huge gator Reggie that's at the LA Zoo. That I was just reading about that. Like 2 guys just dumped him in some body of water around here, and they had to fish him out, and they took him to the zoo. So these things
Wow.
have repercussions. Those things
No.
just keep growing and growing.
oh yeah,
Could
no,
they be
no
like an invasive
senescence.
species, or I thought they could only live in the climates of like the south warm waters?
That's probably helps. I mean, I don't. That's where they are, so I guess that's probably true. But
I'm
they
scared
don't.
now. I want to not encounter one in the LA River.
I feel
Well,
you.
they don't have senescence, which is like the act of decaying over time.
Oh yeah,
So their cells don't decay.
they're like lobsters. Yeah.
So if they can find enough food to keep growing, they'll keep growing forever.
Mm-hmm.
And they could be huge. And they're dinosaurs.
Yeah,
for
they're
real.
dinos. I'm
I
scared.
think sharks are the same way.
Reggie is the name of an alligator believed to have been raised in illegal captivity who became feral and was sighted for 2 extended periods at a public park in the South Bay, Los Angeles area. The animal is now in captivity at the LA Zoo.
I like the idea of like this guy was feral, but other alligators are not feral.
No, other gators are just lunatics
Jellyfish are like that too.
running amok.
They never die unless they are killed.
Unless
Hell
they are
yeah.
killed.
I wanna
They're
be a
bizarre.
jellyfish.
It's so scary.
They're
Just
not
like-
even really alive in a certain sense. There's no like brain activity or hearts or anything. Just floating nervous systems.
What is life, man?
So deep.
so weird.
We'll
Yeah.
answer that today on the podcast before we stream Undertale.
That's a good question to ask before genocide.
What is it? 42?
Yeah, it's the meaning of life.
Yep.
Here is I don't know how to say this name. I'm so sorry. Skirpsoa asks, "What's your favorite animal sound?"
A baby elephant.
Really? Oh, that song.
No, but they use baby elephants for like all kinds of like sci-fi monster sounds. Because I guess
That rules.
baby calls, like adult calls, they never use because they suck.
Mhm.
But baby calls, I guess, are super like textured and layered and have like
Mhm.
weird like qualities to them. So if you like slow down a baby call, it has like all these different like weird.
Do you think it's because the length of their little snoots? I mean, they're long snoots, they're big snoots, and it like echoes around in there before coming out.
I don't know. Well, because adult elephants, it's just like that.
Yeah,
like it's not
just
really
loud.
interesting. But there's something about baby elephants that are very like creepy and strange.
Mm-hmm.
Does Godzilla's roar count?
Do you think Baby Elephant made Godzilla's roar?
I think they used a baby elephant in like one of the more recent Godzilla roars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the original Godzilla roar, like the famous one, like the
yeah.
that was made by they put resin coated gloves on and raked their hand down like cello strings and like slowed it down.
I love sound design. That type
Yeah.
of stuff is so interesting.
Yeah, really interesting. That's why it has this really strange quality to it. God, I used to know how they did the lightsaber sound effects.
Oh, it's like a giant steel cable that's like holding up a bridge, and then they like whacked it with like a steel pipe, and it's the sound. No. Those are the blasters. So it's like, pew! Like, that's what
yeah.
the,
That makes sense.
the lightsaber. I don't
Lightsabers,
remember.
I feel like were like had something to do with TV tubes. It was like some kind of
yeah.
I can't remember.
I feel like someone in the chat will tell us.
S-
Oh, here it is immediately. Thank
Perfect.
you, Shawsome. The lightsaber sound effect was developed by sound designer Ben Burt as a combination of the hum of idling interlock motors in aged movie projectors and interference caused by a television set on a shieldless microphone.
Projectors. Jeez.
Interesting. The next question. Oh, are you doing it?
Oh no, this is gonna be the new Godzilla roar. There shouldn't be violins leading up to that shit.
That reminds me of an Uga horn for some reason, because it was just so mind blowing how those work. You know, the Uga.
How do they work?
It's
Yeah, that's it.
Hell
That's the
yeah.
one I wanted. Hold on. This is the one with the resin gloves.
That rules. Yeah, that
Yeah.
actually rules.
Ugh, I love it.
An Uga horn is just a tiny gear that's hitting a screw. So it's
Really?
just the gear, there's a motor that runs the gear, and then the teeth of the gear hitting the screw. It's literally just like a drive. So
How
it's
does
just
it
like,
get so loud?
Like that's all it is.
How does it get so loud? It's just literally
Well,
that loud.
The
Oh,
horn.
the horn itself.
Yeah.
Weird.
I love
But
it.
that's how all Uga horns work.
Huh.
Interesting. The next question related to this is from Tinker Maddie, and she asks, or they ask, I'm not sure, what's the best animal sound / impression you can make? What was that?
I'll leave it up to you to decide.
Baby gator. Baby gators go. Ooh, 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 ooh.
They do.
That's the call they make.
That's so cute.
I can
Or-
do. Oh, go ahead.
A fucking peacock. They're that's a baby peacock. They're annoying as hell.
Yeah, those are like the biggest assholes
Probably
of all
an
the
adult
birds.
peacock. That...
I can do a dolphin. I used to be able to do the.
Yeah, the act-
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I can't get it right now.
Zipper.
Rip headphone users.
Zipper surly.
Oh my god,
Sorry.
no. That one's gonna get
Jeez.
some like cats upset
Yeah.
in people's houses. And then for our last question, as we head out, and I have more animal questions, so maybe we'll do this a two-parter. Would you rather, or if this is from Manny, would you rather wrestle a gentle gorilla or a horny horny boar?
A gentle gorilla.
Yeah, the one that's gentle, and not trying to have sex with me.
And
like-
also has like horns and shit.
Yeah, I feel like boars are already really, 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 really mean.
Yeah,
Most of them are not nice.
like
Everyone.
if it was a question between a horny gorilla and a horny boar, then yeah, maybe I'd have some thought about it. But you just the one that's not horny,
The
please.
gorilla would just like rip you to shreds.
Yeah.
The boar would just try to hump you.
Yeah.
What about a horny bear?
Mm,
I don't know anything about bear mating habits.
Yeah.
I feel like they bite.
Yeah, that's scary.
they got claws. I don't want to have sex with anything bigger than me.
You don't have to have sex with it. It's just horny and you have to wrestle it.
Yeah, you're wrestling.
You're
Yeah,
wrestling it.
That thing is gonna have sex with me if I wrestle it. Are you kidding? A gorilla?
Yeah, I guess. It's like,
Gorillas are scary, man.
yeah,
they're because humans are scary.
Yeah.
So like the idea of like a big giant human with no moral societal values, yeah, that's the scariest thing of all.
That's not true. In Tarzan, they're really nice and they have the power of Phil Collins on their side.
Ah, the documentary Tarzan.
Yeah, those are... You ever go to the zoo and you see like the gorilla encampment and they just dick with each other. They'll just like punch each other and it's like dude, that's so messed up.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's true.
they're smart enough to be evil.
All right.
Chris is like,
Chris
yup.
is just like, well, we'll
Mhm.
end it on this.
That's right.
We will end it on this, and then we'll see you all in the stream. Thank you for listening.
Yeah,
Hooray.
thanks for
If you
joining
have-
us.
If you have more animal questions, post them in the podcast chat
Yeah,
or
we'll-
in the YouTube community page.
That's
Thank you all
lovely.
for listening.
Let's call this episode Animal Crackers. Hey, welcome to our little podcasty thing that we do before streams. So good to see you. My name is Dan.
And my name is Aaron.
And that's it. Ask us questions, won't you?
They already did. And
Oh.
I have the list.
Great work, everybody.
This is a continuation of last week's theme, which was 3 weeks ago. We're doing animal theme stuff. Are you guys ready?
Animal theme
You're
stuff.
both looking at a
Didn't we do
device.
that last time?
Yeah,
Yes.
we had a lot of animal theme questions. It turns out it's a very broad spectrum of subject. It includes furries, pets, zoo animals, and even a few kaiju questions in there, but I omitted those because we've really beaten that debate to death.
And furries.
And well, I included one furry question.
Sick.
You don't look
I
jazzed
mean-
about it.
Cool.
All right, gamers. Question 1 today is, from Lady Lilith. If you could pick an extinct animal to bring back, which one would you choose?
Oh my god. Please. As if it's even a question. Stegosaurus, or perhaps his cousin, Kentrosaurus from China. Anyone from the Stegosaurid family. I love them. I think they're amazing looking.
Hell yeah.
I would ride it.
A stego?
Hell yeah.
A stego boy?
Yeah. Oh my god. Not sexually, but I would ride it.
Wouldn't it hurt because of the spike?
No, because like, well, it
Could you
depends.
fit in between them, maybe?
That's the thing. It like they don't exactly know how the plates fit together. So sometimes it's a single row and sometimes it's a double row in certain drawings.
Yeah.
So if
That
it
makes
was
sense.
a double row, then you have a nice little place to put a bridle and a saddle.
But at least
You really
I know,
thought this through.
Yeah.
At least I know the pieces fit.
Yeah. I watched them fall away.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a Tool Schism reference. Also, I just need to say, like, I mean, it wasn't the nicest thing I've ever seen anyone do, but when Justin Bieber came out and said, I'm a huge Tool fan, and Maynard James Keenan from Tool replied, bummer, I definitely laughed. Sorry, please continue.
I can't think of one. I mean, I would love to see a dodo bird, just to like see one, because that shit's silly, man. Like dodo birds are silly as hell.
It's a pretty goofy creature.
What an adorable creature, just bobbing its head around like doo-doo. It's called a dodo. Like
They actually
dumbass.
named it that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And then they murdered it.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's pretty hecked up that they
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I didn't do that shit.
I wish we could bring back like the single-celled protozoa from like the very beginning of life on Earth.
What a fun
The
pet.
original amoeba. Just Jory laughing quietly. I don't know if it's about us, but I thought it was.
No.
Question number 2 from Washu-chan. If you had the power to do so, what kind of animal would you create and what would you name it?
What kind of animal would we create?
Dan, you sound like you thought of something nefarious.
No. Well, it's a good question.
I would want to create a large cat, as in large house cat sized white stoat.
Oh, wait, what?
Stoat. It's like a weasel.
Oh, okay.
An ermine.
I'd create a half cheetah, half leopard hybrid called a shepherd.
The leader.
They had square pigs in the movie Space Truckers.
Square pigs.
Yeah, it was
Squigs?
like directed by a wild man. But yeah, square pigs.
I'm way into it.
They could just like put them in little cubby holes in the wall, and it was just a wall of like screaming square pigs.
Yep. All right. I'd like to change my answer.
I want to make a jackalope, but I want it to be alope sized and not jackrabbit sized. Like I want it to be fully terrifying, like antlered beast.
You know what?
size.
I actually would create. You just reminded me. I would create the actual Jersey Devil.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if
yes.
anyone not from New Jersey knows about that, but
Wow.
I
that
love
is
the Jersey.
A
Devil.
chupacabra.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Like a
kind of like that.
chupacabra.
Jersey Devil is the local legend in Jersey that it supposedly lives in the Pine Barrens in South Jersey, and it's a weird hybrid of giant like mouse bat winged antelope horned. It's just a freaky looking thing.
What the frick?
Is that the weird cryptid that like only like has one foot in front of it, so it looks like a giant wheel was spinning or
I
something?
can't remember. Well,
I just
the
remember
hell are
hearing
you
a weird
talking
story about
about?
that.
It is a cryptid. It's
Yeah.
it's also like it has origins in like people would claim that they in Jersey that were having children. If they had a naughty child, they'd claim like the child was going to grow to be a Jersey Devil, and it would sprout
Yeah.
all these disgusting features.
That's why, the hockey team, the New Jersey Devils, people think it's like actually like a Satan reference, but it's not. It's in reference to that
Somebody
creature.
just-
Yeah. Oh,
somebody
you
just
put
posted
you.
a beautiful
You
We're
found a
looking
weird
at
one.
pictures. We're looking at pictures. This one is some that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
someone
that's
posted in the
more
chat.
what
Was
I.
this the one? Is
Yeah.
this the one we're talking about?
Yeah,
Is
the
it-
one with the Slurpee and the shirt that says "I love New Jersey."
I would create a 1/16 scale horse so that all of my action figures could ride.
Wow. Very well thought.
Goku.
Like an actual horse, but it's got just like a mannequin type being on its back. How would it control the horse?
I don't know. It would just walk around and be silly.
That's fair.
It's like Indian in the cupboard. It just works out, man.
Yeah. Native American in the cupboard, Chris.
I can't. Yes, that is correct. It's a very troublesome book if you read it again.
I've never read it.
Indigenous peoples, please.
Yeah.
In
Oh
the
yeah.
cupboard.
Who's gonna say cupboard?
This one's,
Native cabinet.
we cannot go down this path. This one's from Wiggy Wigs, which is an awesome name. What kind of insect would you be?
What kind of insect?
Yeah.
A love bug, because they like to fuck. No, man.
Nice,
Man. That
dog.
one's a joke, though. Aw, man, nah. I'd be a stink bug, dude. That's fucking me, dude.
Yeah.
The people cannot see, but Aaron is fully like relaxed and reclined on the couch, drinking a Monster. It's a blue one, so I think it has no sugar.
Low carb.
Low carb, baby. And he's got his feet up almost on Dan's shoulder.
Don't give them ideas, Allie.
Almost. When you put it like that, it's not enough.
Do praying mantises?
They eat their husbands.
They do.
Yeah,
they do. All right.
deliciously.
All right. I'm gonna change my answer.
Why not?
I don't want to get laid once and then get decapitated.
You could be no. You could be a female praying mantis. Why not just?
Oh,
swap
you
it
know,
up
I
and
know-
be
I
the
never
apex?
thought of
That's
that.
just a Tinder date in Chicago.
Yeah. It's the ultimate nut.
Hell yeah!
I don't know. Probably one of those blue butterflies. I really like those. The ones where like you're in the terrarium. What do they call those?
Oh, the
Blue Morpho.
Yes, blue
Yeah.
morpho. Yeah, they're gorgeous.
They are beautiful.
Okay,
You're married to a woman who pins insects all day.
and they can plow away with no fatal consequences.
Butterflies live for like 3 days.
Most insects
Yeah.
don't live long.
3 days of straight F.
That's a love bug. That's what I'm saying. They can't stop effing. They F through the air.
Oh,
The ultimate
Nutterfly.
Nutterfly.
That's what Bunny in the chat said.
Good job. That was an excellent one.
Butterfuck.
This one's from Big Santa Kizu? What kind of animal mount would you like to ride into battle?
Oh my god.
Potions, hello. The animal mount.
Dan is thinking very hard on this.
Yeah, there's a lot of
A
options.
hear his
mammoth,
brain.
dude. If you're on a mammoth, like
That
nobody's
rules.
gonna F with you.
Yeah, that's
that pretty
actually
much
true.
rules.
You can almost see Dan thinking. all the fun.
I'd choose a T-Rex, but he has to carry me in his vestigial arms. Yeah, exactly.
Can't quite do it. Well, supposedly the T-Rex was like a vulture.
Yeah,
Like it didn't actually like fight or hang out around other. It would just wait for scraps.
scavenger type. Yeah,
This is
and they
like
were
a
also low to the
raccoon.
ground. But I don't. That's not my
dinosaurs.
T-Rex. My T-Rex was the one from the early '80s where they thought it walked like Godzilla.
Oh yeah,
Like that-
with
that
the
was-
broken tailbones.
Yeah, that was the jam.
His little arms. That's what I imagine that too. All right.
Stripes Cat asks, if you had to bathe yourselves like animals, what animal would you bathe like? And I'll just list them because I can already think of some animal types of bathing. Cats lick themselves. Dogs lick themselves. I think most animals lick themselves. But elephants suck water up in their trunk and they spray it onto their backs. And I cannot think of any
There's
other type
also
of animal.
rodents that like to roll in sand.
Oh yeah, birds.
Oh, yeah.
I like
do
it when
that.
birds
They get
do
really
it because
ticks and
they just
bees.
like stand there and then in the span of like a tenth of a second, they dip their head in the water, splash the water all over their bodies, and like get every feather like moving, and so
Yeah.
they're just like.
Yeah.
that's how I want to do it.
Yeah, I
'Cause
used
I
to
hate showers.
I used to have a chinchilla when I was a kid named Dustin, and he would take those. After Dustin Hoffman, because I saw Hook right at the time I got him, and he would take those dust baths, where you'd like. It was this special gray dust that you'd buy at a pet store, and you pour it in, and chinchillas just instinctively know. He would walk up to it and like just immediately be like, and just like shake around in it, and they loved it.
So, but you came up with that. It was because of Dustin Hoffman. It wasn't just the pun because of the dust bath.
No,
Wow,
yeah. It just really worked out great. Yeah. I didn't. Also, I'm pretty sure like Dusty and Chili are the two. Like 98% of all chinchillas are named that. That would be my guess.
Yep. My wife's chinchilla was Chili.
Really? Yeah. That's how it goes,
that's
man.
Crazy.
Yeah. Oh, it's so cute.
Last two questions
Okay.
from Sam Golden. What was the animal that you begged your parents to get you as a kid?
That one.
The chinchilla?
Yeah, the chinchilla. I had a friend whose older brother had one that like he kept in his coat, and he'd like open his coat a little, and it would stick its little mouse head out. It was. I was like, oh, I want it, but it was a weird pet to have. So there was some convincing necessary. I wanted a turtle too, but my parents wouldn't do it because my mom said they carry salmonella.
Do they really?
I guess.
Because they're like stinky bath creatures?
Yeah, it's reptiles. Yeah, any reptile, you're supposed to wash your hands after messing with them.
Oh man,
I never did that with the geckos I had.
Oh, well then, yeah, you're living on the razor's edge.
Those hands would
Maybe
go
I
right
am
into my mouth. How about you, Ar?
I didn't like pets. It's too much responsibility.
Yeah, it is rather stressful.
So there's no pet that I begged my parents to get me.
Not even a pony? I guess.
Nope.
I guess not.
I just had no interest.
Someone pointed out that you now have 3 cats.
Yeah.
Well, they're all Susie's.
Okay.
My only role is to not kill them.
Yeah. Well, one of them attached to me, so I have to like, and it's really annoying. Like I actually hate it more than most things. Like because I'm sleeping and like I get up most of the time early in the morning so that I can like train and like take a shower and come to work. But like the other day was my first day off in like 3 weeks. I just wanted to sleep in, and he was like, "Why aren't you up right now?" And he just started meowing nonstop, and I was like, "I can't. You gotta be kidding me! Like, please just let me. This is my one day. Come on, fucking cat."
That's so true. Your life is on their schedule once you have a pet, which is really good for people, I think, that have like problems with like keeping schedules or like bad sleeping habits and stuff, because pets will kick you into it. But then there's the one day you get off and it's you just want to start meowing back, pretty much.
Anyway, he's dead now. He's not. He's fine.
Last question, our final animal question. I'm sure we'll get a million more someday. From Fongir. If you could get a furry suit made for you, what animal would you like to be?
Oh, Fongir.
I feel like I've asked variations of this before, but this is the most direct one because it feels like it's coming from a place where you might receive the thing that...
Oh, boy.
Putting it out there into the world means you might receive it. So choose wisely.
What is it?
Me?
What was the question?
What furry suit would you want if you could have
I
one
didn't
made?
even hear it for some reason.
I feel like we've asked the persona question a million times, but if you literally could have the furry suit, what furry suit or what persona, what animal would it be?
I would just want the Predator.
Yeah, probably Spider-Man.
I just want like a perfect...
I feel like this is you guys are cheating. These
But that, I mean, come on, that's another creature. The Predator. Because I would want to like do really boring shit with it. Like I'd want to go to like the grocery store and just like get all up in old people's faces and stuff.
You're gonna kill an old person with that.
just do the you know,
pretend to hurt yourself and then like create that like boiling blue liquid that like and then you put it on your arm. You're like, oh,
it's just Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
No, but I just want to go and like go into the cereal aisle and like, you know, like pick out like Lucky Charms and then pick out like Magic Stars and just kind of like compare the two and just kind of look at the boxes and
You like ask someone for recommendations, but it's just like
yeah.
I'd want to get a giraffe suit that you can't wear anywhere. Like the neck is like 30 feet in the air.
Whoa, sorry. Whoa, my bad.
That'd be really funny.
yeah, that would be pretty delightful.
Like you've lived with it your whole life, and you're in your 40s now as a giraffe, and it's just like, it's just how it is. Whoop, sorry. My bad.
Yeah, like Jeffrey from Toys R Us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God rest his soul.
He's not dead. The Toys R Us, what you think they euthanized him when Toys R Us went out of business?
Isn't that what happened? Beloved Jeffrey.
I'm pretty sure they sold him,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he's belongs to
In
somebody
giraffe
else.
slavery.
Now. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he's at a glue factory now.
That's the horses, dude.
I mean, that's a lot of glue you can get. I mean, think of how much extra glue you could get from a giraffe. It's all in the neck, guys.
They make it out of the hooves, dude.
True.
Well, okay. I mean, that's
He
valid.
does have taller
Gotta get
hooves.
that sweet neck hoovage.
Gross.
Wow.
Well, that'll do it for our today's podcastio.
We certainly learned a lot.
We did. It's pretty great. I do like the themed questions. They're delightful. And that means it's time to stream.
Who wants to stream?
Who wants to
I
stream?
want to stream.
You want to stream?
Daddy wants to stream.
I was gonna say Daddy wants to stream, and then my brain was like, "Don't say that. What are you nuts?"
You're an idiot.
YouTube's not censoring that. Daddy is PG.
Yeah, I wonder if Daddy is going to like get to the point of like moist, where it's like it's not a curse word, but it's something you don't say. What's that?
What's wrong with moist?
It's a great word to describe a cake.
Did you
It's
see-
nothing else.
Did you see everyone's face like wrinkle up like when I said it? They're like, "Oh."
Moist.
Honestly, as I get older and sweatier, I think that moist is
As I
more
get
often a
older
word.
and sweatier.
It's more often a word I use to describe myself.
Fair
my
enough.
armpits. It's just that's the way it is. Okay,
Thanks,
we're gonna
Allie.
go.
You've been a great presence here.
Goodbye.
We'll see you
Bye.
on stream.
I just treated myself to an actual cream soda as opposed to a
Wow, you're having
diet
the
cream soda, and,
non-diet
like,
one?
the sugar hit me like a sack of bricks.
That's what I had a Sprite today. So, is there going
Oh
to be
my
abundance of
God.
burps in
it's
the
like
stream?
drinking ice cream.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cream soda is extremely the shit.
Oh my god.
Well, so this is the. There's a lot of new people here today. I want
Hooray.
to say hi.
Oh, thanks
to
for
all those new
thanks for
people.
joining.
Thanks for joining. If this is your first time here, we are doing a recording right now. This eventually, I hope this Friday we'll have the first podcast compiled and up on the channel. But we've been working on it for a long time. We made some cool art for it. That's why it's taken so long. Plus, obviously, you know now about the Grumps and stuff like that. So I have collected lots of questions, and I'll be asking more soon. They're already picked. You won't know until we read them out loud whether they were picked. Maybe I'll have a better system for notifying people that eventually. But
Oh.
we have like 4 categories. We're kind of doing themed ones now. So we got 4 categories. I'll let you and Dan pick. Aaron.
Okay.
Well, Dan eats his sandwich. The first category is
I'm not
touring questions. Second one is games, love, and hate. The third one is jokes. And the fourth one is work.
I like touring questions.
Touring? You
Yeah.
cool with touring, Dan?
Those are fun.
Absolutely.
All right. Some of these have been from a month ago, so I'm sorry if you've been waiting 10 years for us to ask about tour stuff. The first one's from Jessica, and she asks, how do you guys prepare for tour? I can only imagine how stressed out you guys get before and during the tour. Is just preparing everything ahead of time, or do you find yourselves decompressing whenever you can?
Yeah, touring sort of throws a wrench in our schedule because we do regular content every day. So we do sort of have to do double time, and in some cases triple time, in order to get episodes and stuff ready for when we're on tour. Because when we're on tour, we like to just focus on being on tour. And recording game stuff would be a big pain in the ass on tour, and we sort of it's a huge burst of vocal and physical energy to be on stage every night. So we do everything we can to sort of preserve that while we're on the road. So recording stuff that's outside of touring would be an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, and we train. We actually do physical training like 3 or 4 times a week to make sure that I mean, it's not like we're doing gymnastics during our show, but living on a bus and jumping around and running and going back on a bus, and it's more, there's more physicality involved than you might think doing any kind of show and just being on the road in general. It's not as glamorous as you might think it is.
I have a great selfie that I took in the Albuquerque dressing room, where it was just like a big dirty ass mirror and like a white wall that's like got like stains and shit on it, and
Why didn't you send that to me? It's prime social
just
content.
gross, because it's kind of gross.
Yeah.
Because it's me just like tired and sweaty.
The
I
touring
remember that
mood.
venue. Yes, I do.
And it's like, it was a great venue, it was a great show, but like that's typically how it goes. Like you're trapped in a grossly lit room with gross walls.
Yeah, and taking showers in showers that are only used by rock bands and you, so you're gonna want to bring your flip flops.
Yeah, sandal showers.
Sandal showers.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
It's like college.
That's good stuff.
Um,
But yeah, there's a lot of prep work that goes into touring.
yeah. The crunch. We're you guys are doing. We're doing what in 2 weeks? You guys are going back on tour.
That's right, yeah.
So we're crunching now. There's a lot of like crunch and from Sam. They want to know what your favorite cities are.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh?
I didn't know if you were like.
Oh no, I was only
What's
speaking for
happening?
myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, you know about that shit.
Yeah, I know. I run the touring company.
Yeah, no, like
We
Oh,
have,
that's
we have,
right,
we have
okay.
complete control
What-
over it.
Should we? Yeah, we need a whiteboard to write down.
Did I say we? I
Yeah.
meant I.
Oh, okay.
I meant I. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. Yeah, Aaron knows
Aaron
about that
knows
shit.
about touring stuff because we have really good touring here. In case nobody knew, which is
Yes.
a cool touring company that Aaron runs. So yeah, okay, wait.
I mean, not to step on your toes,
No, that's
No,
how
go ahead.
freaking tired I am.
but no, we have complete control over where
Yeah.
we go. I mean, in most cases, it's like, well, I don't know, the router would know better. But like, yeah, there have been a couple cities where I'm like, I really want to go to that city, and then we did. So, yeah, we can go wherever we want. I mean, it makes sense to consult somebody who knows what they're doing, because then if we're like, I want to go here, here, and
No.
here, then it's like, okay, well, that's going to cost 3 times as much.
Yeah, that's completely like me misspeaking. I'm talking about myself, because with Ninja Sex Party, it's WME, which is William Morris, and they have their agents. That is, I was really talking about that kind of situation.
Okay.
With GameGrumps, it's still presented to me as a completed thing. Yeah, I shouldn't have said we. I should have just said I.
Dan puts his trust in Aaron.
I do. I believe
And
in
Well,
you.
no,
the other tour-
and this
the
is
tour people.
completely tangential, but like,
And Pete.
we is a good side. Or we is a good sign. When you say we, it's like a team effort.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I'm so
like,
used to it.
I like the use of the term we. So don't feel
Yeah.
bad about it.
Okay, cool. It also meant Brian Wee, but whatevs.
Brian, I don't know him.
He's a Nintendo console.
And
the Brian
okay.
you.
Well, then yeah, Aaron, what are some of your favorite cities, and Dan too, obviously, favorite cities to perform in
Oh,
from
man,
Sam
that's-
M.
There's so many good cities out there. I love Milwaukee. I love Portland. I love Seattle. I love Chicago. New York. It's really grown on me. It's really grown on me.
That's so nice to hear.
Yeah. Denver. We just did Denver. I fucking love Denver. Really liked Albuquerque when we were there. Surprisingly, I don't know if that's surprising or not, but it's kind of a smaller town. It's hot there a lot of the year, but like really cool, like artsy town. Man, yeah, I can't even. I love Detroit. When we were out in Detroit, I love Detroit. Like we got good food out there. Like this is great spots. There's always something to like about a certain city. That's what I try to focus on, is like, what's unique about this? Because every city's basically the same, but like, what does this city have that other cities don't? What's like really cool about this town? And I try to focus on that, because touring's just an excuse to travel.
Yeah. I've loved. Yeah, it's every city has its own thing. I've loved New York, Atlanta, Portland. I actually had a great time in Des Moines. Des Moines, Iowa was rad.
That's right. Yeah. Went to the
Um,
Capitol building in Des Moines. Fucking beautiful.
Yeah, it just places surprise you. Amsterdam, of course. Dublin, Ireland was amazing. I mean, there's no shortage of really amazing places.
Copenhagen was awesome.
Copenhagen, that venue was so weird and cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think now. Stockholm, Sweden was great. Wales, Cardiff, like it's just. It'd be like trying to pick your favorite flavor of ice cream when you like all the flavors, all 31 of Baskin Robbins goodness.
There's only 31 cities.
Yeah, exactly. Thank God.
31 cities in the world, baby.
From Christopher E. While on tour,
While on tour.
while on tour, do you have a favorite place to eat? I'm sure that's city dependent, but are there any repeat places you've been to that are your favorite? Number one favorite place to eat?
Is that what they're asking?
They
Are
ask,
asking like a place
yeah,
that's
on
consistent?
tour. Do any of you have a favorite place to eat? I'm assuming it's not the tour bus.
When we went to Boston, Stella introduced us to this restaurant called. Oh, I gotta look it up. But it's an Italian restaurant in downtown Boston that just rips. They make their own pasta, and it's amazing. I'm looking it up right now.
Wasn't there a Vietnamese place in Albuquerque called like Hot Dong or something like that? Is that right?
a good name.
Yes, there was it was Des Moines. There was a place right next to the venue called A Dong.
A dong. That's what
Yeah.
it was. Sorry, I made it hot in my mind. I'm extremely tired. If anyone can't tell, I've been we recorded a giant NSP video over the weekend.
That's right, yeah.
That I have not physically fully recovered from yet. But you'll hear about that soon.
Soon.
Benevento's. It's called
Benevento's.
Benevento's in Boston. Was like Stella was all excited to like show us that because she's like, oh, when I came here all the time when I was younger, and like I can't wait for you guys to see it, and
That's
homemade pasta,
amazing.
and like I sat next to her as we were eating, and then she was like, do you like it? And I leaned into her and I was like, it tastes like Christmas. And apparently she was like so honored by it. She's like, I always think about that when you leaned into me and you said it tastes like Christmas. That meant so much.
Oh, I love her so much.
Yeah, she's special.
And then here is, this is not necessarily limited to touring. I just categorized it with touring questions from Jonathan O. What have been your favorite hotel accommodation experiences while traveling? Oh no, Aaron's already laughing.
There was a hotel that we stayed at in Detroit, I believe, where it was like the interior of it was like open,
I remember this.
and then it was a catwalks
It was
to
gigantic.
get into your room. It was huge.
Yeah.
And like the lobby didn't feel like it was connected to the rooms at all. And then the room was like this. It was like this weird like Blade Runner sci-fi.
It was all black and gold.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do
and then
remember
the
that.
room, you would walk in and it was this long hallway, like way too long for a hotel room. That one of the walls was completely like that thick glass tile, and then on the right is like this bathroom that was just like this huge tub, and then the room was just bonkers. And it was like, what is this hotel? This feels like somebody's house. And that was definitely like a very memorable hotel accommodation.
It was so weird because it wasn't luxurious.
No.
It was just big and weird. It felt like a warehouse level of GoldenEye. Oh, was that it?
I'm just curious.
That might have been it. The Hotel Pontchartrain.
Oh.
Doesn't that sound familiar?
It does. Maybe that is it.
If you can get
I
a
don't
picture
know.
of the inside of the rooms, we'll be able to tell you immediately.
I'm just going off what you guys are saying, black and gold.
I remember it was really close to a casino.
Mm.
That's all
We'll
I
find
remember.
it.
Here's the directions say that it's close by a Hard Rock Cafe. Is it that one?
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
It's like-
It's been about 3 years.
We didn't really.
Never mind. It said demolished in 1920.
Oh, it was demolished in 1920? That was probably it.
That was probably it.
That was probably. Wow, that's hilarious.
hasn't
the
been
ghost.
here since 1920.
The ghost hotel.
It was near the 1920s Hard Rock Cafe. 40 years before rock was born.
But the thing is, when we're doing a bus tour, we usually only get one room, and that room's for like showering, and like if one of us is particularly tired, we can go and chill in that on a real bed. But we sleep on the bus.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Because usually we finish the show and then we take a shower and we hop on the bus and then we go to sleep on the bus, and when we wake up we're in the next city. And then sometimes we'll rent a day room of a hotel so we can all wash our disgusting bodies and repeat the cycle. It's very hot.
And one of the crew, I don't want to call them out, but one of the crew used it to get a little side trim. Because one of the venues we went to, they used their own crew for this particular job, and the guy we were with was like, "Well, I got nothing to do for the next 6 hours because they're using their own crew, and I'm not supposed to work here because it's like a union thing." So he was just like, "I'll just hop on Tinder and
Wow.
use the day room."
Wow. Good for that person. Who shall not be named, but I totally obviously know who you're talking about.
It was good stuff.
Tinder's amazing. You crazy kids and your dating apps.
Just swipe left or right. It's just that easy.
I'm still unclear on which one is the good one.
I don't know either, actually.
Really? I've never.
Does anyone know?
I've
Do you
never online
swipe left
dated.
for
Oh,
good
yeah, I don't know.
or right for
Just
bad?
haven't-
I believe it's swipe right.
Swipe right.
I've always heard swipe
Ah.
right.
the
Okay.
entire
Always
life-
good when the married guy hops in and it's like, it's swipe right, actually.
I've tried to stay up on what that stuff does, just because it's like watching it from like, it's like a distant war happening, and like, oh man, those poor kids.
Yeah.
We got to know the terms.
I haven't
We can't
seen-
accidentally swipe left on them.
And there's
Yeah.
also
They'll hate that.
Swipe up for a super like.
Swipe
Oh.
up?
Swipe up for a super like.
Wow.
Super like them.
I'm not ready
Wow.
for that
Does
kind
that
of
cost
commitment.
money?
Yeah,
I think so. I think you get one free per day.
Wow.
Oh my god.
I've been saving my super like on you, babe.
I only just realized that Tinder, the entire existence of Tinder, I have been in a relationship the entire existence of Tinder.
Yeah, of course.
So I've never, I don't even know anything about it.
When did it come out?
I don't know.
Who knows?
It's like 6-7 years ago.
Yeah. Twitter only came out in 2009. It just feels like it's been around for our entire lives,
Because it
ruining
consumed
things.
us.
It came
Well,
out
it's over a
in-
decade now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tinder came out in September 12th, 2012.
2012.
2012.
I was right. 7 years. Woo!
Oh, Tinder. I thought you meant Twitter. Okay, yeah. Cool.
Huh.
Wow.
Right when GameGrumps started. Coincidence?
Yes.
GameGrumps invented Tinder.
Twitter's March 21st of 2006.
2006. Jeez, wow.
Wow.
It's too long.
It's too long.
It's too long. Needs
It's enough time to ruin the entire Earth.
It's run its course.
Mhm.
Scorch it.
Okay, well, that's it for touring questions.
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll do one of the other categories.
Yeah.
Next podcast stream session.
Do we have time for one more? I was actually
Yeah.
enjoying this.
Oh yeah, you want to do one more question? I have
please.
a few like random ones to throw at
I'd
you.
love it.
From Nuclear Kitties. What's your favorite brand of underwear? Dan is looking at his underwear. He's going to check.
Champion.
Champion.
Yep. Susie is coming in.
Oh, sorry. what was
Helping
the question?
Aaron.
What's
with
your
the-
favorite brand of underwear?
Pair of thieves.
Pair of Thieves. Thank you, Susie.
Yeah. Is that because you refer to your testes as the thieves?
Thanks for coming to the podcast.
Thanks so much.
Wow.
We will see you all in like, I'm not sure when the next one is. I don't have that calendar up right now. We'll see you soon
Goodbye.
Heck yeah.
on the stream.
Goodbye.
Farewell.
think it's August 6th.
Yeah, I think I know it's that week, but I didn't want to say the wrong number.
Nope.
And then it be permanently etched into the brains of these hundreds
Oh, quick,
of nerds.
Chris, have you not turned this off yet? Okay, we're done. We're done.
Okay.